I started in our last session that we talked about. You were going through some issues with work. Can you explain those? How those went?
Yeah, I've been at my job for about 14, going on 15 years, and when I started all the way at the bottom. I mean, it took a lot of time to build up, and promotion didn't come easy. A lot of long hours, long nights, but I finally made it up to one of the higher positions in my job, but I'm still not getting paid what I thought I'd be getting paid. And I mean, it kind of bothers me because my pay doesn't reflect the work I put in and the countless hours I put in. And I'm just about, I mean, I feel like I'm just about fed up with it.
So how does that make you feel? Like as far as you feel like you'll probably be taken advantage,
Yeah.
confused. Um,
Underappreciated would be one of the words. I mean, it is confusing why there's some people younger than me or that have less experience than me that are making more money, and so that automatically makes me feel like I'm being taken advantage of. I mean, I work harder, if just not as hard as everybody else. So I feel like my pay compensation should reflect my work ethic.
so you feel um, taken advantage of, but at the same time you want to stay there because you love your job and you like what
Oh
you do.
yeah, I definitely love my job. I mean, I've been there for so long, and it's just so. I mean, it took so long to get where I'm at. So, I mean, it bothers me to want to just throw it away. But I mean, I'd like to stay there, but I feel like I'm at a point where if I'm not able to get what I feel like I'm worth as far as compensation, then it might be time for me to move on and try and find the same position somewhere else, or something different because I mean, something's got to give.
So you feel confused because you're wanting to stay, but just don't think this is the right
Yeah,
time, right
I
time and
really do
place.
want to stay, but I don't know if financially I can't afford to stay. So hopefully something will come to terms where I'll be able to stay, but compensation will go up or something up. But I have a meeting with the board this coming Monday, so hopefully we can get something figured out. I don't want to leave, but if I have to, I guess I just have to do what I have to do.
You also mentioned, like in our last session, about some family issues that you were kind of battling. You
Yeah.
mentioned that your 3-year-old son, 4-year-old son, and your wife. You talked about some issues with them.
Yeah, I mean, raising kids is hard. It's even harder when you really don't have much time to spend with them. So, I mean, our son, he spends a lot of time in daycares and other kids' houses just because me and my wife work so much. I mean, I probably work somewhere around 65, 70 hours a week, and she's the same, about 50 to 60 hours a week.
Do you feel guilty because of that?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's the only way I see to put food on the table and make sure the lights stay on. So, I mean, making what I make, I mean, I have to work long hours in order to pretty much keep my job.
And y'all also mentioned something in the last session that with the struggle of the finances and stuff like that.
Yeah, financially, I mean, it weighs on you when you have a kid. Growing up, I never knew how expensive it was to raise a child, and like with our income combined, I mean, we do okay, but as far as like all the bills that are due and whatever our son needs, I mean, we're pretty much living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people don't understand that, but I mean, things are pretty tight right now.
So how do you feel that you'll feel that you'll get out of it, or like how you're going to resolve that issue as far as the finances?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure right now because I mean, I feel like we're just like standing on the edge of the cliff. Like that's why I was telling you I keep my job because I feel like if I change jobs, then that's what's going to push us off the cliff. So I mean, I really don't have a scenario where I see it coming out good other than staying at my job. It's probably why I've been there so long right now.
And you also mentioned something about bout of depression, where you were going through all these issues with work and family and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's so many things going on right now. I mean, it just. I mean, I guess it just weighs on me to where I feel like I can't take anymore. So I mean, sometimes I have anxiety attacks, or sometimes I'm just I just want to be away from everybody because I'm so frustrated. And growing up, I had a vision for my life, and I mean, I'm really not where I thought I would be at this age. Um, Nothing. I really have nothing to write for. I mean, no money saved up.
So this is depression. Is it like something that's been ongoing?
I think over time, like with the failures and things weighing on me, I think over time it's built up. But now it's just getting to the point where it's almost unbearable. Like sometimes I just feel like I just need to run away from everything just to deal with whatever I feel like I need to deal with and just get rid of all the outside problems that I have.
So you see running away as an option.
I mean, yeah, it's one of the easier options. It's probably not the best for me, but I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about it.
Now you had also mentioned that you had also battled some substance abuse in the last session. You had talked about how you had some bouts and some issues when you were growing up. You also said that you kind of dabbled with it in your early 20s when you got out of high school. And now that you're kind of married in your mid 30s, you say that's kind of brought its ugly head again. Um, how has that become a factor in your life now again?
Yeah, I mean, like with the depression, I mean, I'm just at a point where I don't know what else to do, and I need to get away from all my problems. And I mean, to me, the fastest way is either some booze or alcohol or some type of drug. I mean, I guess just hanging out with the wrong crowd when I was younger. Everybody's, oh, hey, try this, try that. And I guess the peer pressure just weighed on me. So, I mean, I fell into a pretty dark place when I was younger. And for many years, I mean, I was getting high on cocaine, doing PCP, getting drunk and not remembering how I got home. But eventually, I kind of downed out of it because I mean, my family put me in rehab. I'd run away from rehab, but I mean, they never gave up on me, sticking with me. I kind of got away from the bad people that I was hanging with, and got away from the bad stuff. And then, I mean, just before I knew it, time out. It wasn't easy, but over time, I kind of kicked the habit. I didn't think of. I'm not saying that I didn't think about it from time to time, but I mean, I thought I was pretty far away from it. But now, all these issues I got going on, they're they're just flooding me. I mean, the quickest way I can feel to relieve my stress or to get away from it is just to find just a quick fix of something or go to the bar and just get wasted and then come home late. I mean, that might be also one of the reasons I'm having such problems with my relationship with my son and my wife because I mean, I come home late a lot of times. I smell like booze when I come home, or sometimes I come home I don't even remember coming home.
So you feel like substance abuse kind of ties in with all the other issues that you're going through, whether it's your marriage or your work, guilty about not spending time with your son. So it all kind of like it's all like one big source of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like all the problems that I have. I blame substance abuse on all my problems when I feel like that's my only outlet.
But I was thinking, since we're trying to address the issue of the substance abuse problem, because all the other issues we've kind of addressed already, I think that there could be some other alternatives and some options that you could possibly do. I know another counselor that specializes in drug rehabilitation. I've also thought about setting up some programs to get you kind of back on the right track. It's similar to an Alcoholic Anonymous type of meeting program. And I was thinking something like that would be beneficial to you as far as whether you're at the level of.
Sorry, but I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean I'm kind of over the rehabs. I mean, I don't feel like it's that bad of a problem that I need to go to rehab. I feel like I can quit on my own.
So if you can't quit on your own, then why haven't you?
I don't know.
What I propose, since obviously you don't think rehab is, I would recommend us trying to put you with a therapist that specializes in drug. It's not really a rehab, and it's not necessarily a program, but it's a drug counselor that kind of specializes on that. He's helped out a lot of people, and I think a drug counselor to kind of see it from a different perspective. Someone that really specializes in that field and kind of knows the intricacies and in and outs of being able to take people to get them kind of over that. And I was thinking that maybe possibly that could be like a good thing for you to try out.
It sounds like a pretty good idea.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like I need somebody to talk to that has specific, nothing against you, but it has specific experience in like the drug problem. Because I mean, it's not easy. I mean, I feel like I can get over it, but I feel like I need a little bit of help.
I think we should try to do that, and then we'll discuss that on our next session.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Doc.
Ain't no problem.